Hello, friends. I'm Karina Chin with karinascreations.com, and I want to thank you for joining me today. I'm going to show you how to make this fun corner flip card using the Ornate Garden product suite today. And before I start, I'll just quickly mention what I am using. So the Ornate Garden product suite comes with a huge suite of products. First of all, you can get the Ornate Thanks stamp set with these coordinating frames, framelit dies. That's what they look like. Isn't that pretty? That is one bundle you can get. The other bundle looks like this. It's this stamp set with the Ornate Layers dies. This is another bundle in the set. And then there's also this beautiful designer series paper. Look how pretty that is. This is the Ornate Garden Specialty Designer Series paper, and these are all the patterns that you get in your paper pack. So nice, bright, cheerful colors for spring. And then you also get a wonderful embossing folder in this set as well. It looks like this. But this is a card we made today at my online card class that I did. I do a lot of online card classes now through Zoom, so if you live anywhere in Canada, you are welcome to join me. My classes are always free with an order, and I even mail out the product kits to you so you can stamp along with me. So this is what the embossing folder looks like. And then there are some beautiful gilded gems that come in this set, as well as a ribbon pack. So the ribbon combo pack, you get two colors. This is terracotta tile, and then this one is old olive. So it is a huge, huge, huge set. Now, if you wanted the whole set, you can get it for $185.25. Now, because you're spending that much money with me, I decided to offer something special just for my customers. So if you get that huge product suite, I am giving you the card kits to go with this class. So you get 4 cards, and then you also get 4 cards here. 4 card kits, sorry, card kits. So this is what this one looks like. Let me just move this out of the way. Ta-da, magic, get this out of the way. So this is one of the kits. That's one. And then the other card kits will make these 4 cards. So this one I'm actually showing you how to do. And all the pieces are die cut. You just need to add a stamp set. And the stamp set I used is called Here's a Card for this bundle. But before I show you the Here's a Card, these are what the finished samples of the card kit I just showed you look like. So when you order this whole product suite from me, you will get 8 card kits in the mail ready to go. You just have to buy, this one you need to buy the stamp set. So you would have to have the Ornate Thanks stamp set. So if you don't want the whole product suite and you just order the stamp set and a package of gilded jewels, then I'll just send you 4 cards. So I thought that was a pretty good deal. And then look how pretty this one is. This is for more advanced stampers, but again, all the die cutting is done. So as long as you have a stamp set to stamp your pieces, you'd need the Ornate Styles, and then you can just use whatever sentiment stamp set you have. I actually used Here's a Card, which looks like this, just because it's in the annual catalog. It won't be back ordered. And I like how it's got some inside sentiments and some sentiments for the front of your card. You made my day, happy birthday, thanks, congratulations. There's even a sympathy one on here. So I just thought this was a very versatile stamp set that you would get a lot of use out of. Okay, I'm going to clean up my messy space and let's get stamping. Now, if you wanted to place an online order, you would go to karinachin.stampinup.net. And before I start, I just want to thank you again for watching me. And if you like my channel, please subscribe. There should be a little subscribe button that comes up on the corner of the screen. It is pretty small. I'm just updating my channel. I'm working on it. So I have to increase that size, increase the size of the subscribe button. And then that helps me produce more videos for you. I do a lot on Facebook, not a lot on YouTube. And I know when I upload my YouTube videos from Facebook or my Facebook videos to YouTube, sometimes they don't turn out the best. So that's why I'm doing a separate stamp day for you. Okay, let's get started and I will show you how to make this really, really fun card. Now, let me see here. Okay, get my instructions. I do a lot of fancy fold cards and I absolutely love fancy folds. They're just really, really fun. Okay, so the first thing we're going to need to make this card is we need a Whisper White card base, and it is cut at 5.5 inches by 8.5 inches. And then you're going to need a piece of Old Olive cardstock that is 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. A piece of Whisper White cardstock that is cut at 2.5 inches by 2.5 inches. You need a piece of Old Olive cardstock, and this is going to be cut at 4 inches by 1 3/4. And then you're going to need a piece of Designer Series paper that's cut at 1.5 inches, and it's actually going to be cut at, let me just get out my cutting thing. It's going to be cut at 3 3/4. Just double check my measurements. Yes, 3 3/4 it is. Fantastic. There we go. I had another kit prepared, but it walked away. Do you guys ever have that happen? Okay, so this is, like I said, very easy card, and all you need is black ink and a couple stamping blends. Okay, now the first thing we need to do is cut our card base. Well, maybe we should stamp it first. Okay, so I'm going to pull this up, and we need to score the card base at 4 1/4 inches. Okay, because that gives you your card base when you fold it in half. Okay, so now I'm going to back it up, put it back in, and we're going to line up this edge at 3 inches. And I'm getting my cutting blade, and I am cutting from 2.5 inches down to 4 7/8 of an inch, which is here. And then I'm going to give it a 1/4 of a turn clockwise, line it back up at 3 inches again, and this time I'm cutting from this cut line, which is 3 inches, all the way up to 5/8 of an inch. So 5/8 of an inch is just like one more longer line past the 1/2 inch mark, if you break it down into eighths. Okay, now we're ready to keep stamping. Now this is the fun part. It helps if you have a bone folder to do this, but all I'm doing is flipping this triangle over. And before I score my lines, I'm just pulling this over because I want this to be sort of lined up on my card. It's going to be about 3/4 of an inch. And then I'll just gently use my finger, and then when I'm happy with it, I'll just go in and use my bone folder. And that's it for my card. How easy is that? Now, I don't really want this flapping around, so I'm just going to grab some snail adhesive. I'm just putting it on the corner just a little bit to tack it down. And then I'll set it aside because this is now my card base. Okay, let's assemble this bottom part of the card. So all I'm doing is adding some snail adhesive on the back. One thing I love about this Designer Series paper is it has this beautiful gold foil embossed on one side and then a colorful bright image on the other. So I really, really like that. And then I'm going to use the coordinating ribbon. So one thing when you buy the product suite, I love how everything coordinates together. You don't have to think about it. The ribbon matches the paper. It's just very easy to use. And then I like to do a cheater bow. And I just tack down the edges at the back and then add more adhesive over it so it doesn't move. You can also use a liquid glue if you want things to be a little more secure. Ooh, put that on a bit crooked. So let's just lift that off a bit, and I'll pay attention this time to how I am putting it down. And I really like to use the Stampin' Up! Grid paper when I make my cards because it just helps me keep things straight. Okay, now I'm going to get a piece of Old Olive cardstock. I just slid that under the ribbon. like so. There we go. And we have been having a lot of fun, myself and my friends, stamping cards through Zoom and on Facebook Live. So Zoom is a program that you can join in, and I have a Monday night card class coming up on April 20th. I would love for you to join me. I would actually go to karinascreations.com. That is my blog address, and you can leave a comment and I'll contact you. Or my Facebook page is Karina Chen Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and you can ask me to be friends on Facebook and we can start chatting, and I will send you the invite to the card class. It's pretty fun. I have a really fun group of girls that I stamp with. We've been stamping together for many, many years. And that's mainly why I do this. I stamp because I love my friends. And since we can't get together in person, well, then we are just stamping through Zoom, which is also fun. Not quite as much fun as being in person, but not bad. Okay, so what I'm doing with this stamp set, it has this really nice kind of detailed corner piece. And that's what I'm going to use to create my frame. So let's put that down here, and I'm only using Memento black ink. You can use any black ink pad you want. And I'm going to stamp it in the corner like so on this side. And it wasn't very clear, so I don't like that. So paper always has two sides, so just flip it over. Then I'm going to do it again. And we'll stamp this corner. There we go. And now I'm going to stamp my flower. So I'm going to use this beautiful daffodil. It comes in the set. I'll just put it in the center of my cardstock. Isn't that easy? And then I'm going to color it in with Stamping Blend. So I've just gone in with light Daffodil Delight marker. And with this, you don't have to color it totally solid if you don't want. You can leave a bit of white space or a bit of white tips to give some shading to your daffodil. Or you can color it in the whole, make it solid if you want. It's totally up to you. Does that look pretty? And then I'm going to go in and color with my light Old Olive ink. There is a bullet tip on one side and then a brush tip on the other, depending how you want to color. And I like to add my darker shade on top while the ink is still still wet, still big. While the ink is still wet, we'll just give it a little color. And then for the center of the flower, I'm just going to use the darker Daffodil Delight. Isn't that quick? I would call this an easy fancy fold card because it wasn't too hard to put together. And then I'm just going to add some adhesive on the back. Use my snail because my liquid glue is not cooperating right now. Okay, and then I will add some more on the back. And I'm just centering this in the square panel that I created. So you can see how fast this card comes together. And then you can use whatever sentiment you want. I'm actually going to use a piece of scrap paper. Because I did my card class today, oh, we had so much fun playing. Let me show you this one. Oh, look at this one, you guys. Isn't this beautiful? Wow, that's what we made at my card class today. Pretty fun, hey? And we did a totally different stamp set and paper, but this was my test because this is shimmery black embossing powder. I'm not sure if it'll be carrying over to the new catalog, because a new Stampin' Up! Catalog will be coming out in June, so the retiring list comes out. So my tip of the day is if you have any of the in colors from 2 years ago, so Call Me Clover, Pineapple Punch, Grapefruit Grove, Lovely Lipstick, or Blueberry Bushel, you want to order your paper and your ink refills and any markers you need now within the next 2 weeks, because once that retired list comes out, you're just out of luck. It tends to sell out fast. Okay, so I have stamped You Made My Day This one was hello there, but I'm going to change it up. And I'm just going to punch it out with my 1-inch circle punch. And I could just add it to my card and be done. However, I really liked the look of adding the 1 1/8 of an inch scalloped circle to my card. There we go. And again, I will just add some snail adhesive to it, like so. And then I'm just going to pop it up with a Stampin' Dimensional, which is here. Stampin' Dimensionals, you get 300 in a package. They're very economical. And I find they just add a lot to your card by just giving it a little pop up. Gives it a lot of dimension. And then for my Gilded Gems, we're just going to pull them off like so. And they just add a little bit to the card. So this is one of the cards that go with my card kit. Looks like this. My Ornate Gardens card kit. It's $49, and that includes your stamp set and a package of the Gilded Gems. Now you would have to have you would have to have a stamp set. So you could add this on to your order if you want, and then I will ship it to you along with the kits to make these 4 cards. And I would even add instructions if you would like as well. So I wanted to thank you so much for stopping by. I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel and let me know what you think of my video today. And if you need any supplies, you can go to karinachin.stampinup.net and find me on Facebook as well if you're on Facebook. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have an amazing day. Bye.